AITA for sending my little sister a vet bill after she tried to get my horses to breed. I 33F am a horse breeder and own 10 horses. I have a little sister 19F who is a surprise baby for my parents. They didn't think they could have more children after me, so she's been pretty spoiled even now. My parents begged me to give her a job to help her get some work experience. I agreed but made it clear that she'd need to work hard, no slacking off. Overall, she's been okay with the arrangement and enjoys being around the horses. However, I do have to push her to keep working at times. The real issue began when a local animal rescue reached out to me for help. They had a stallion surrendered to them, and they didn't have the resources to care for him. Since I had space, I agreed to take him in. I arranged for full genetic testing to make sure he was healthy because he seemed to have come from backyard breeders. Additionally, I set up an appointment to have him gelded as I didn't know enough about him to risk keeping him intact. For safety, he has his own paddock and is kept in a separate stable from my other horses. I'm in the process of slowly socializing him, but I'm being very cautious. Recently, I've been letting my sister sit in on my breeding plans for 2025. My main focus is on Dante and Willow, who have already produced 4 healthy and successful foals. Their offspring are headed for careers in dressage. I know they're a great match, and Willow has had a 2-year break, so she'll be ready to breed again this year. The first red flag I ignored came when my sister asked about the new stallion and when I planned to start breeding him. I explained to her that he wouldn't be bred because there were too many unknowns. I don't know his health history, and I haven't had enough time with him to fully understand his temperament. She insisted that he was prettier than Dante, but I explained that breeding is about much more than just looks. I thought she understood and didn't think much more about it. Yesterday, an emergency came up, and I had to leave for about an hour. I told my sister she could take a break during that time. When I returned, I was horrified to find that she had put Willow in the paddock with the new stallion. I demanded to know what the hell she was thinking, and she told me that she thought they'd work well together and was doing me a favor. I immediately got Willow out of there, but the stallion was very stressed, bucking and rearing a lot. I spent time calming him down and then had both horses checked thoroughly by a vet to make sure they weren't hurt. Luckily, Willow isn't in estrus yet, so there's no chance she was bred. After this incident, I told my sister to leave and not come back. I was furious and yelled at her quite a bit. I also sent the vet bill directly to her at my parents' house. Today, my parents called me in a panic, demanding to know what the bill was for. When I explained, they said I was being unfair, that she didn't understand what she was doing and couldn't possibly afford the bill. Apparently, my sister was crying over it too. I told them she did understand, she just didn't care, and that either she could pay the bill or they could, but I wasn't going to cover it. Now, my parents are freaking out about how they'll manage to pay. Am I taking this too far? Discuss in the comments section below, and I'll pin the most upvoted comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to hear more stories animated and read by AI.